Hi, welcome back to My Life with Plants. I'm Newman. Today is tillandsia watering day, and they are looking really great. So you can see this one here. I just noticed in these cooler seasons going into winter, they tend to look and grow better. They still receive really bright light through the window. Full sun. They like the full sun during these winter season. We got this one here that did flower in the center bit, of course, because it's in the bromeliad family. That one will eventually die down, and the nutrients is spread out between all of these new growths that you see here that continue along. You can see the trichomes on this one. They're planted in cocoa fiber, which they have been liking, and it's a really easy to use product for tillandsias, because you can push it into a basket and spread it apart and put your tillandsias in there. This one's looking really good, nice color. And this one here is Usinoides, which is actually, I don't know if it was that well distributed from Florida going all the way through Mexico and even into Peru. And these can grow even in areas at almost 0 degrees during the night. So it can put up with quite a bit of cold, but I'm not sure about minus temperatures. But this one has been growing really well. Down here we got Tillandsia funkiana. What's neat about funkiana is that it naturally does this. It grows down and then loops back up again. This is how it grows in that fashion, but it'll have zygomorphic flowers, which means that the flower has got 2 uneven sides. So if you look at the flower straight on, it'll be higher on one side than the other. There are other plants in the cacti family that have that too. So this one up here is looking really good. You can see that it has an offset. I'm trying to show you something here, if we can get it to focus, but you can see that red dot. Can you see it? I'm going to let you guys guess what that is walking around on my plant. I'll give you 20 seconds to have a guess. I think it may be. There are others too walking about. They're still walking around. Maybe if I put my hand under there we can see it better. Can we focus? Maybe if I go to another leaf. There are a lot of them walking around up and down on my leaves. Okay, so it's been 20 seconds and I left you to guess what you think they are. And I know what a lot of people are going to say. You're going to say that they are spider mites sucking my plant. However, they are not, because there are no webs. I checked everywhere, all over, and I even have my glasses on. They give me clear vision. There are no webs. So I took a micro shot of it and I compared it to predatory mites, and that's what they are. They are predatory mites. And not only that, I've been checking the new growth, and the new growth is spick and span clean. So there's no damage, no sucking, no discoloration. And if you look through the leaves, you don't see patches. So those are predatory mites, and I've seen them actually before on the balcony. I have cacti out there, and I've seen literally hundreds of them crawling all over a cactus. So those are predatory mites. So what this tells you is that even though we like to ignore pH and watering, and it doesn't really matter, and you shouldn't care about it, it's not important. I ignore it. I just use water and tip them all over my plants. So I'm pretty sure that you create a healthy mini ecosystem the best that you can by having as close to nature's water as you can get, as I've been describing on my videos. You keep your plants well watered, so you don't let them go absolutely bone dry and then get under a lot of stress and start dying. You give them airflow. So down here you can see this oscillating fan that never stops going. You open your doors up and you let fresh air in every morning. And if it is winter, you'll have to close them again, but you have a recycle of air. Give them good light. And this is a reward for all of you guys. You will be rewarded with predatory mites, because these kind of insects are not going to have much of a life if you've got a poor mini ecosystem going. So the next time you see something walking around on your plants, I want you to check the crown. I want you to go right in the crown there and take micro shots. Also put your plants up to bright light or shine torch behind the leaves to check if there's patches where they've been sucking. And so no webs, no damage. They are predatory mites. Predatory mites do not have webs. So there you are. I think this video will give all of you hope that you too can have predatory mites without having to buy them. They will just come. They will be attracted to your beautiful almost natural environment that you provide for your plants, and they will come freely. And they probably got something to eat, because I do have pests, but they are not in profusion. They're not out of control. They're just here and there, but very undetectable. I don't have them out of control. The only time I've ever had spider mites out of control, and I've noticed them, was a Hoya bella, and that thing, it was during the summertime, and as the months move into August, you get caught out because the sun moves, and it just moved enough during that week. Sometimes the position of the sun can change a lot over a week, and it had dried out a Hoya bella. It had dried it out so badly, so terribly was its medium dried out, that it killed the root system. I tried to water it again, and then I got this big massive outbreak of spider mite. So it is true what they say, that plants seem to send out a stress signal that attracts predators, because once the plant is stressed, it's easier for the pests to start eating it and get what they need out of it, because plants do have a defense system of their own. The epidermis is tougher and stronger when they're healthier, as you see here. They grow more lush. They attract predators because the environment is suitable for them to live. If you had a very poor pH going on, and you didn't provide nutrients for your plants, you're not only killing the soil organisms, you're going to kill all the predators too, because they dislike alkaline. And alkaline is like right up past 7, going into 8 pH, and they dislike extreme acidic, so it's going below 4. That just makes them run away. But the only thing that is left over are the pests, because the pests don't care. They're just interested in eating the plant and the leaves and sucking it. They don't particularly require anything more than that. It's like they are designed to finish off plants so that they are recycled back into the earth. But healthy plants, then again, are just very hard for them to get on top of, because they're always fighting back with chemicals. They give off chemicals. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting, isn't it? And I've counted quite a few now. So right there, I'm going to try to touch my kind of goes in and out of focus here, but there we go. Can you see it? You're getting a glimpse of a predatory mite. Isn't that wonderful? It's just wonderful to see. We can check into the crown of this tillandsia, and you see how pristine, clean it is, and healthy. Yep. Okay, so it pays to always look after your plants the best that you can. And I don't know how many other videos are out there that actually show you predatory mites like that, and these ones came naturally. I didn't introduce them whatsoever. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I do have some more down here. They're looking really lush too. This one, I remember its name, it's a hybrid, it's called Cotton Candy. Cotton Candy had flowers when I bought it, and it's put out these offsets now. This one, its name is Tillandsia, Tillandsia, and I think Tillandsia is, it's lithophytic more than epiphytic. It's almost lithophytic, or it even grows on the ground, because where it does grow is very dry. It's a much drier environment, so this one gets, I put it in pretty bright light, which it's enjoying. It even says that it's prone to rot, but there's no chance of that because it's not in contact with any moss or anything. This one here is really becoming a huge tillandsia. If I put my hand there, it's pretty big for this variety. Tillandsia rubra, and why it's called rubra is because when it comes into flower, the crown, or the central, the core part, and going into the top there, will become bright red when it comes into flower. That's another cotton candy there. We've got the very famous one here that is almost silver. And these very silver ones are actually higher light. They require higher light. But you can still burn them. As I move this camera along, you can actually see the trichomes. It's like woolly hair. You can see it. And if you don't know what trichomes are, they are the plant's natural sunscreen against harsh rays. Also saves them from exposure because they are epiphytic or lithophytic. That means that their root system hardly has any chance of getting extra moisture when it gets dry, and it'll only gather it when it rains. And because its root system is clinging to trees or rocks, it's not necessarily used so much, more like an anchor, so that it drinks through its leaves. So when the rain comes, it's sucked up by the trichomes, and it holds it longer. So all these trichomes will kind of capture the water, like if you could imagine thousands of ripped pieces of tissue paper, and then if you spray them with a water bottle, they will all start to cling on to each other instead of being airy and whispery and blowing about like feathers. As soon as they get wet, they'll all come down and stick, and that helps them to trap water for a little bit longer so they can drink it up. So tillandsias are just amazing plants. If you are not growing any tillandsias yet, or if you have no interest, if you even try one or two, you'll get hooked And then as you get into it, you'll start to discover the amazing world of tillandsias. But there are just many varieties out there, with all sorts of different colors and shapes, and not to mention the flowers. So some of these tillandsias can have beautiful blue flowers with amazing fragrance. Others have no fragrance, but they, like the cyanacea here, will become bright red as if it were a flower. And others are just amazing to look at because they just have these super long leaves. And others, like the funkiana here, just have amazing growth. Or you can have the bulbous ones, like this one here. Yeah, anyway, I hope you found that interesting about predatory mites. And if you have any questions, let me know. And we'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Okay, all the tillandsias are back. You can see the sunshine coming through that window. You do get a lot in this south-facing window. All the light comes in. During the summertime, the sun is lower in the hemisphere, so it doesn't catch them, but they do get maximum sunshine during the winter. And we just hang out here in this jungle. You can see there's all sorts of levels. There's the highest level of the tillandsias, and then you go down to another level. You can see a phalaenopsis there, and you can see Hoyas. And then you go down here, you got one Hoya down there. And you go right down to the bottom. You got an Nepenthes. Nepenthes Gaia, which is a hybrid. And you go right down to the bottom where you get the jewel plants, and the little owl pots of the dormant tuberous orchids. And then you got Lediboria, you got a Sansevieria, a Miltonia, another Sansevieria, grey honey, you got a Haworthia, a Rhipsalis, and believe it or not, this is a Dracaena. We're in the same family as the Sansevierias, but it's a leafy miniature. There's some nice, very nice variegation on it, and it has, and it's easier to flower because being a miniature. I think it gets to about 30 centimeters high, which is still quite a small plant, but you can cut it down, keep it bushy. At the top there is a crypthensis that I've actually put up here. Bye. I'm not even sure what kind of Hoya this is. It has the cloth, which lets in a lot of light, as you can see, but it also protects it from the cold. So the window, it's very close to the window, so at night it gets very cold, and it likes a lot of bright light, this Hoya, but not that much sun exposure. Even in the winter the sun is can be quite strong. And this Hoya Matilde, it likes having its cloth wrapped around it, makes it happy. This Hoya Bella is on a lower level, so it's got a little shadier area. In the jungle here, down there, there's Callista Phyla, which is well away from the window and well away from too much direct sun. Alright, that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.